is underway, and the contractor is expected to complete the structure by 30th May 2025, when the site is accessible after the rain season. Appendix 1 provides the attachments to that response. Chair, minute of evaluation report at first attempt, copy of contract, document phase 1, completion certificate phase 1, contract for construction of phase 2, completion works, and inspection reports. Remedial measure, Chair, Council will continue to monitor the water levels across Kampoko River so as to advise the contractor that the school is now accessible for delivery of materials and completion of works. B is stored projects, completion of 1 by 2 CRB at Kanchiwura Primary School. Management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the stored project was caused due to amount allocated to the project not being sufficient to complete the project under the 2022 CDF allocation, which had 51 total projects. Action taken. Management wishes to report to the committee that the reports of unexecuted works were reported to the Constituency Fund Committee with completion of 1 by 2 classroom block and was approved in October 2024. Therefore, the stored works for the construction of the project have since been completed. See appendix number 2. Remedial measures. The Council will always endeavor to allocate adequate resources to complete projects within time frame. Number 3 is failure to utilize school desks, Kamchanga Primary School. Management response. The management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the procurement of desks was based on the guidance given with regards to the constituency needs assessment report as provided by the Office of the District Education Board Secretary's Office. And whilst in the process of delivering the desks to the school, a disaster occurred which caused the roof of one of the classroom block to collapse, affecting storage of desks. Management wishes to report to the committee that the 30 desks for the collapsed classroom have since been reallocated to Ali Kinkata Memorial School, which was recently donated to the government and did not have enough desks. They see that on appendix number 3. And our remedial measures, Chair, is that the Council will endeavor to coordinate with the District Education Board Secretary to ensure that all schools within the district with inadequate classroom spaces are submitted through the correct channel for funding consideration by the Constituency Development Committee. Chair, Part B, cross-cutting audit findings. We have 1, Appendix 1, that is budget, funding, and expenditure. Management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the retained funds were reserved for the construction of chief's palaces and insurance of motor vehicles. Further, the balance on 2023 funding and expenditure is due to CDF programs that were still ongoing. Action taken. Management wishes to report that a reconciliation of records was undertaken and the 2023 performance of findings against expenditure is as shown in the reconciliation table below. Chair, we have in that table the community-based project, the budget 16,138,924, retained amount 1,052,432, funding 2023 15,086,491, expenditure 2023 1,985,000, 565. Expenditure to date 13,100,788.21 way. Bursaries, secondary school and skills. Budget 5,379,641, 13 way. Amount retained none. Funding 2023 5,379,641. Expenditure 2023 2,954,666. Expenditure to date 2,424,975,000. Soft loans. Soft loans, Chair. Budget 3,227,784.83 ngwe, and expenditure that the funding for 2023 3,227,785. Expenditure 2023 3,076,735. Expenditure to date 151,000 and 151,000 infrastructure. Grants empowerment.
You can go to the next page, since all these are addressed as
yes.
individual.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Chair, Appendix 2 1.1, retained analysis, management response. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations in relation to retained funds and wishes to report that the construction of the Chief's Palace was centrally procured and funds could not be spent yet, as the initial proposed site was inaccessible due to bad road network with large streams and a bigger river, that is Kampoko River, without crossing point. Action taken. Management through the Mboroma Royal Establishment has located the proposed site to a more accessible location within the very part of Mboroma. That, Chair, is in Appendix number 4. Remedial measures. Council will be in constant communication to ensure that the project commences. Number 3, Appendix 2, unspent funds. Management response. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the unspent funds were due to delays in procurement processes, such as clearance of procurement of motor grader from the Attorney General. Action taken. Management has since spent the funds and submitted the documents for the auditor's verification. Chair, that is referred to Appendix number 5, the bigger volume. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will ensure that funds received are spent within the financial year period. Appendix 2.1, unspent funds on community projects. Management, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the unspent funds were due to delays in procurement processes. Action taken. Management has since spent the funds and submitted the documents for auditor's verifications. Remedial measures. Management will ensure that funds received are spent within the financial year period. 5, Appendix 2.4, unspent funds, secondary boarding and skills development. Bursaries. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the unspent funds amounting to 2,424,975 was due to low response to the call for applications under the secondary boarding and skills development bursaries component of the enhanced CDF by the youths and secondary school boarding learners in district during the period under review. Action taken. Management wishes to inform the committee that the unspent funds have since been spent as evidenced through the attached documents. Appendix number 5, that is in appendix number 5. Remedial measures, Chair. Management has continued to conduct community sensitization meetings and awareness campaigns on CDF through various platforms during the call for application period on all enhanced CDF funding components in order to increase awareness on all CDF programs among communities in Luano district. Chair, number 6.3, appendix 3, that 2022 community projects. Management response. The cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observations pertaining to uncompleted 2022 community projects and wishes to report that the projects were not completed because they were still ongoing at the time of audit. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the projects have been completed as evidenced in the attached table for the committee's perusal. That is appendix number 6. Remedial measures, Chair. Management will endeavor the outstanding projects are completed within time frame. 7, item 7, that is appendix 4, 2023 community projects. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges auditor's findings and wishes to report that the outstanding projects at the time of audit were as a result of lengthy approval and procurement processes. The procurement of ambulance, police vehicle and construction of Chief's Palace were procured centrally. Additionally, construction of Chief's Palace could not commence due to initial proposed site being inaccessible to bad road network with large streams and a big river, that is Kampoko River, with no crossing points. Action taken. Management wishes to report to the committee that the 4 community projects have been completed and the 2.5 million was reallocated to other infrastructure development during the CDFC meeting in October 2024. Management also wishes to inform the committee that the Mboroma Royal Establishment has since allocated the site to a more accessible site within the chiefdom valley part of the Mboroma. That is appendix number 7. Remedial measure. Management will be in constant monitoring and communication with Zambia Correction Services to ensure that the project is executed. 8, appendix 8, performance analysis on loans. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the unspent balance of 151,050 kwacha was as a result of a balance that remained after applications for the period under review were allocated. Further delay in the guidance for the operationalization of the empowerment loans was also one of the reasons that led to the unspent funds. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the unspent funds were reported back to the CDFC and were later reallocated and disbursed to additional loan beneficiaries. See appendix 8. And also refer to status report on soft loans from Auditor General on appendix 5. Remedial measures. Management will continue to sensitize applicants under the loan empowerment category to ensure that applications forms are submitted with all vital supporting documents before for the speedy disbursement of empowerment loans to beneficiaries. Item 9, Chair, failure to recover loans. Management response. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the failure to recover loans was due to non-compliance by loan beneficiaries. Action taken. Management engaged loan beneficiaries that had defaulted during monitoring visits and subsequently issued demand notices to defaulting loan beneficiaries, though the adherence remained very low very low. This has been very poor. Further, management has engaged the CDF Loan Disbursement Bank, that is ANACO, to proceed with reporting of all defaulting businesses and their directors to the Credit Reference Bureau, with possible blacklisting of the defaulting loan beneficiaries. This is with a view of comparing CDF loan defaulting beneficiaries to repay the funds in full in line with Part 5, Section 5, 2, 3, and 2, laid together with Appendix F, B, and E of the 2022 CDF guidelines. Chair, Appendix 9 provides more attachment. Remedial measures. Management will continue sensitizing the beneficiaries on the importance of repaying the loans. Part 10, Appendix 10, that is secondary boarding and skills development bursaries. Management response and the cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the unspent funds amounting to 2,424,975 was due to low response to the call for applications under the secondary boarding and skills development bursaries component of the enhanced CDF by youths and secondary school boarding learners in the district during the period under review. Action taken. Management wishes to inform the committee that the funds have since been spent, as is evidenced through the attached documents. That is Appendix number 10. Remedial measures. Management has continued to conduct community sensitization meetings and awareness campaigns on CDF through various platforms during the call for applications period on all enhanced CDF funding components in order to increase awareness of all CDF programs among the communities of Luano District. Part 11, that is Appendix 13, analysis of performance of desks. Management response, cause of the query. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the 450 undelivered desks were under procurement process due to non-responsive of bids as a result of price, poor road network, and hard to reach areas due to difficult terrain. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the 450 undelivered desks have now been delivered to the respective schools and are in use. Delivered desks according to that table below there, see in Appendix 11.
What is the cost of this to be procured? The total cost of this to be procured? What is the correct total cost?
Chair, this is
the table on Appendix 13.
Yes. So these are from the years.
Yes. This cost there is not correct. That's why I'm asking. If the cost of this to be procured, it says 986,000.
Chair,
it's just a minor correction which I want so that we have the correct information.
okay, thank you, Chair. That is the total of all the desks, which is about 7,900. So out of that total, what
that's
was
the amount I want us to capture, because here it's not correctly captured.
All right.
Anyway, Auditor General will give us. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Our remedial measures. Management will ensure that sufficient budget is allocated and procurement process is expedited so that projects are implemented and executed within the time frame. Further, management will endeavor to make every effort to engage contractors to demonstrate strong commitment to the execution of contracts within the specified time frame. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much. I'm looking at time, honorable members. The time is 12:54 according to my time. I know we're supposed to have a lunch break at 13 hours. Do we proceed to exhaust the 6 minutes, or we take a lunch break? I interrupt business for a lunch break. We'll resume our meeting. What time, Secretariat? 14:30. Witness, we'll take a lunch break. We expect to resume our meeting at 14:30. I wish to uncap you of the immunity that was given to you so that you can go and freely have your lunch. We'll see you at 14:30.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
For lunch break. I remember Luano Town Council is appearing before the Committee on Local Government Accounts, which is considering the report of the Auditor General on the Constituency Development Fund for the financial year ended at 31st December 2023. And still to come, we do expect the same committee to also receive submissions later during the day from Chilila Town Council. I'll be a presenter for the morning session. My name is Muyonda Akatama, and I ask you to join my colleague who will be here to take you through until business for the committee is concluded for today. On behalf of my two sign language interpreters, Chola Kaoma and Jason Manda, and of course everyone in the control room was making sure that you are able to follow the committee proceedings right here on Parliament TV. Have a pleasant viewing and afternoon.